Hi everyone, my name is Emma Herzog and I'm your instructor for this course 3304, Play and Best Practice with Children. I'm going to be doing our syllabus video today, and so we're going to be going over the syllabus and I'm going to be shortly walking through Canvas, and then in a separate video, I'm going to be discussing all of the assignments and the guidelines that go along with them. So just to get started, a little bit about me. I am a former infant and toddler care teacher, and now I am teaching infant and toddler and preschool courses at CSUSB. I live with my family and my doggy, and you'll be seeing a couple pictures of them on your first assignment, the Get to Know Me. So you'll be able to see a little bit about me more on there. I like to spend a lot of my free time with my family, outdoors, working out, those kind of things, and doing a lot of self-care. So that's just a little bit about me. I used to work at the CSUSB Infant and Toddler Lab School. I know some of you are at the Palm Desert campus, and some of you are CSUSB, so a little bit different for each of us, but I have worked there, and then I've also worked in San Francisco at the Child Care Center at SF State, so a little bit of difference in North and South, but it's been wonderful to be an infant and toddler care teacher. But now I find that I am interested in working with students and helping them to become teachers or explore different areas in the field of child development, whatever that might be. So I'm going to put up on the screen here our syllabus, and I'm going to do a walkthrough of that and then briefly show you Canvas. And like I said, in a separate video, I will be going over the assignment guidelines in more detail. Alrighty, let me get that up for us here. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see this all right. I'm going to zoom it in just a little bit. So as I mentioned, this is CD 3304, Play and Best Practice with Children. And this class is completely online, asynchronous, so we will not be meeting in person. We will not have scheduled days and times where we will be meeting on Zoom. I will be posting all of your materials for you on Canvas. That includes readings, that includes all of your lecture videos, any additional materials other than the text that you needed to purchase will be available for you on Canvas. And this is just a little welcome message here about, myself a little bit and goals that I have for you this semester. Even though this is an online course, I strongly encourage you to get to know your peers. The Get to Know You assignment that I was talking about at the beginning of the video is going to be a great way for you to connect with your peers, even though we won't be seeing each other face to face. It's always nice to see photos of people, hear a little bit about them, and get to know them other than just their interest in the course and what their thoughts are. So it's nice to hear about people in different contexts. So I encourage you to share your ideas and to build connections with your peers. And that goes to say, even though we aren't in person, I encourage you to connect with others and find time to meet on assignments or get contact information. And if you miss something and you have a question, I encourage you to reach out to your peers. Of course, I am available through email, and you're more than welcome to come to office hours if you need direct help from me. So my office hours are 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and I need to adjust this on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So let me put that here before I forget, Tuesday/Thursday. So I will be located at the CSUSB campus in FOB 203. Now, I know that some of you are not close to CSUSB, so you're more than welcome to pop by during my office hours on Zoom. You'll just have to let me know that you need to do Zoom, and I can send you the link for that. And then I'm also available through appointment. I do recommend, if you'd like to schedule an appointment with me for office hours that are outside of my regular office hour times, that you do it ahead of time. I would recommend maybe a week, even just a few days, so that I can plan ahead in my schedule. And if you are struggling between balancing homework and school, those are things that I can support you with. I can help you to find resources. I can help connect you with the people that might be best to get you going for this semester, because I know some of us are just starting out this year. Some of us are coming back from COVID. Some of us are transferring. So we have a lot of different people and individuals in our class, and everybody might need support in different areas. So please let me know how I can best support you. Excuse me. As I mentioned, it may take me more than a day to respond. So expect, if you are emailing me, that you will not hear back from me for a day or two. Now, I may respond quicker just depending on when I'm online, but that does go to say that if you are emailing me on the weekend, it's likely that I will not get back to you until Monday morning. So if you are struggling with your assignments or Canvas and you're messaging me at Sunday night when assignments are due, it's likely that you will not hear back from me. So plan to have your assignments turned in prior, or to meet with me during office hours, or schedule time to meet with me if you're concerned about an assignment or whatever that might be. And then I just do ask that you put excuse me, have not talked this much in a while. We've been on summer break and I haven't had the chance to do classes in a bit. Okay, I think I'm good now. As I was saying, please make sure that you put the course number in the subject line. So you can just put CD 3304 and then you can leave it at that, or you can say, questions or need help on assignments, time to meet, question mark, things like that. So in all of your emails, please just put CD 3304. That way I know which class you're coming from, and that way I can better support you. This is just a general course description. This clay, I was mixing class and play. This class is all about play. So we're going to be learning different tools on how we can assess play. We're going to be learning about the benefits of play, different types of play, scholars who have explored play in a variety of different ways. We're going to be learning about professionals who use play in their work. So we're going to have some guest speakers towards the end of the semester, which I'm excited for. And it's great to be able to hear different perspectives from different areas in the field of where play can be used, because not everybody in the child development field wants to be a teacher. And when we think of play, we think of, okay, somebody who wants to be a teacher with young children. And that's not necessarily true. Play is used in a variety of different areas in the field. So I'm excited for you to have the opportunity to get to hear experiences from other people other than myself. I have, again, like I said, background working with infants and toddlers as well as preschoolers in a teacher setting, but I don't have experience in all the other professions. So we are going to hear from educators, child life specialists, and other people in the field. And learning about different historical content is going to be part of our historical content, current views on play. Like I said, we're going to be learning about different theories of play and overall what typical play looks like for children, typically and atypically developing children. We're going to talk about children with special needs and a variety of different ways that play is used. So there's lots that we're going to learn about play, and that is the whole purpose of this class, exploring play through different gender contexts, personalities, cultures, social classes, and then also what your role as an adult is in play and that context. So certain environments that are going to be best suited for play, how to support children during play, what that looks like in a natural context, so nature and play. And that's something that I am particularly excited to talk about. Nature and spending time outdoors is definitely my area of interest. So I'm excited to share with you some of my personal thoughts on that. And then moving on to our prerequisites and course objectives, make sure you take a peek at this. If you do not have the prerequisites for this class, make sure you get in contact to figure out on your pause and what that looks like. If you are unsure, please let me know and I can direct you to the right person to discuss that with. And then just our course objectives, a little bit about what your expectations at the end of the class would look like. So being able to describe different historical perspectives, identifying predominant theories of play, discussing that link between play and various developmental domains. So how does play connect with children's cognitive development, their social and emotional development, language, physical, etc.? How do we help to identify play linked to various developmental domains and academic learning as a whole? Because as we see, when children get older, even though we're expecting them to have certain expectations academically, we're seeing a decline in play. And so we're going to discuss how play can support academic learning. We're going to outline the developmental progression of play. So like I said, for typically developing children and atypically developing children, and what that spectrum looks like of play. We're going to discuss a variety of different factors that influence play, gender, culture, our interactions as adults, common methods used to study play. We're also going to be utilizing tools to evaluate children's play, and you're going to have some assignments that are going to be related to using those tools. You're going to describe how play is used in actual childlike settings. So again, connecting back to the people in different professions, we're going to be learning about schools, hospitals, mental health establishments, a variety of different fields within the area of play and how it's used. And last but not least, using knowledge about children's play and development in applied settings. So this is going to be through your work, and hopefully in future, what you're going to be doing outside of this class, you can utilize what we are learning. So there are 2 required texts for this course. The first one is Play and Development, and then the second one is the Pathway to Play. Play, the Pathway from Theory to Practice. Read that backwards, my apologies. And this book in particular is available to you as an ebook. And if you use this link here, it will take you to that. And although it says only 3 users may use it at a time, that just means when downloading the content, only 3 people can be accessible at a time. So if you're unable to download something, just try again in a little bit. It may just need to be refreshed because the online platform can only have a few students access it at the same time. So if you do have questions about that, please let me know. But I'm thankful that at least one of your texts is available to you for free. So I would highly recommend using that as a tool. If you are unable to purchase the book on your own, it's great that we have this as a resource. So moving on, we have a few course requirements. So please keep in mind that everything will be on Canvas. This course is all online. So everything that you need to know related to this course everything that you need to know related to this course is on Canvas. If it's not detailed here in the syllabus, it will be under the assignments guideline tab. And I will show you that now. Let's pop over to Canvas. So hopefully you can see everything that I'm doing here. So when we go into our course, we will start with the homepage, and this is just a little introduction about our course. I need to edit and put my photo here, but that's my contact information and so forth. And then if you go here to modules, this is just some information that can support you when using Canvas put on by the university. So if you need technology support, academic support, those are linked here. And moving down, we have the assignment guidelines. So as I mentioned, I will make a separate video discussing all of the assignments in detail, and I will be posting that on Sunday. And any materials that are not already posted on Canvas, such as your lecture videos that I'll be recording, those will be posted no later than Sunday, a week prior to when you will have things due. So this Sunday, I will be posting your first few lecture videos as well as the assignment guidelines video. And then if you scroll down, you can see that we have them marked out by what is reflected on your syllabus, and I'll get to that in a minute, but please take a peek at Canvas. Everything will be available to you either while you're watching this video or prior to that. So on the 24th, Thursday, August 24th, everything will be available to you so you can see this video as well as all the materials on Canvas. And like I mentioned, everything will be due Sunday, 11:59 p.m. And I will show you our course schedule so you can see exactly what the due dates look like for that. I do not accept late work. So if you know that something is due on Sunday, 11:59 p.m., it will be marked late if it is turned in on Monday at 1 p.m. or whatever that time may be. So if you're turning something in late, you will automatically receive 50% credit. So I highly recommend that you plan out ahead of time. Everything is due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So I know that I need to get it in a little bit before Sunday, because like I said, if you have technical difficulties or something goes wrong, always just plan a little bit ahead of time. I know that sometimes other things can get in the way, and it may lead you to have to do assignments at the last minute, but just give yourself enough time. So if something goes wrong or it takes you a little bit longer than anticipated, you're not cutting it close to the edge, and you have enough time to get things in before the deadline is due. So the first assignment that you're going to be expected to complete is the get to know me. And that was what I kind of talked about at the beginning of the video, where we're going to be sharing a little bit about ourselves. You're going to be commenting on 2 of your peers. So this is just a get to know you activity. It is to promote connections early on with each other and to learn a little bit about each other. So that will be your first assignment due. And then the next assignment will be the discussion post. So this is something that you will be expected to do for each of the main topics in the course. As you can see here, the topics for the discussion post align with the topics laid out on your course schedule, which we'll get to in a minute. And you're expected to use your readings and lecture videos and support your discussion posts using those. So I do expect you to specifically reference your text. And if you're not referencing your text as to where you got your information, I will not be giving you full credit. So please make sure that you are referencing your text, reading ahead of time, watching lecture videos ahead of time before you post those discussion posts. And then you also will need to comment on 2 other peers' posts in order to receive full credit. And like I mentioned, all assignment guidelines will be posted on the modules. So more information about the discussion post is put on there. Moving on, there will be 3 exams throughout the semester, and they will be based on readings, class lectures, everything that we're discussing, and you will have multiple choice and short answer items. These exams will be timed, and they will be timed according to a typical class lecture, an hour and 30 minutes. And I will give more information again on the assignment guidelines on what that looks like. And once you start the exam, you won't be able to retake it. So please plan ahead of time that you won't be able to come back and work on it like maybe your discussion post or another assignment. Once you sit down to take the exam, the timer will start and then it will be over. Now, this is the only assignment that is timed. So if you do have accommodations with SSD, I am already aware of those and we can discuss that personally if you need extra time. I will make note of who has accommodations for our course and I will adjust the exam accordingly to your accommodations. And this just goes for anybody who is registered with SSD. If you have specific accommodations for this course, I will make sure that everything is up to speed for this class. And some accommodations are not able to be met just because this is an online course, such as preferred seating or a distraction-free environment. Those would be things that would be applicable in an in-person class, but I will do my best to make sure that all other accommodations are met to the best of my abilities. But if at any point throughout the semester you do have questions related to your accommodations or you feel that you do need accommodations, please reference the students to services to students with disabilities. Ooh, I am tripping up on my words today. My apologies, everyone. And see their contact information here if you feel that you need to get in contact and have set accommodations for yourself. But backtracking a little bit, sorry about the tangent, just wanted to make that noted. Exams will not be cumulative. So we will have 3 exams and the first exam will be on the first chunk of what we learn. Second exam will be on the second chunk of what we learn. Third exam will be on the third chunk of what we learn. So it will be broken into sections and you're learning in that regard. You're not able to miss exams unless you discuss with me prior and the final exam is unable to be made up. And each exam will be worth 40 points total. You have a few different big projects coming up later on in the semester, your child observation report and your play and development project. So both of these assignments are worth a large percentage of your grade. So please make sure that you check out the assignment guidelines video as well as the detailed instructions for how to complete the assignments. And if you're unsure about something, make sure you reach out prior because these assignments are posted of when they're due and then we won't be discussing them much more after the assignment guidelines. And then briefly, I'll mention, throughout videos, this is coming up, this is what to expect. So please make sure that you are staying on top of learning about what these assignments are. So this child observation report is you're going to be focusing on our text and reading the chapters, and then you're going to watch a video and complete a checklist. So this is another way for us to use tools that we're going to be talking about. So again, we're tying in what we're learning related to play, watching a video, and then taking observations and evaluating from that video. And then the play and development project is a way for you to demonstrate your understanding between development and play in whatever way makes sense to you. And I know that can be a little bit intimidating because it's a lot more open-ended and the creativity aspect of it is left in your hands. But do not let that scare you or scar you away from do not let that scare you away from this assignment. It is meant to be fun and allow you to have the freedom to express yourself in a variety of different ways. So this is something that needs to be tangible. Of course, it's a little bit different since we are online, so you won't be able to bring something in. However, think of a way that you can create something that you can turn in on Canvas that is different than a traditional paper. You are also going to be writing a traditional paper, but this aspect of it is going to be something that you come up with. And we will be talking about different examples of what that might look like. I'm going to have you turn in a idea and I can help you to flesh out some of your ideas or give you some different tweaks on what might best support you in your understanding between development and play. So that is a big assignment that you will be working on, and I'm excited to see what everybody comes up with. It's wonderful to see the different interests that spark individuals when learning about play, and I'm excited to see what you all come up with as your projects. And last but not least, of course, we have optional extra credit, which is always nice because maybe you miss a few test points here. I know I personally struggled with testing, and having a few points for extra credit always helped me to secure that solidifying grade in the class if I wasn't able to get it through those exams. So you have a few different options for extra credit, and you're only able to do each one time. So just to reiterate, you could complete option A, B, C, and D, but you can only do them each one time. So you can either come meet with me for office hours and complete a check-in survey. You can complete the mid-semester check-in survey, which is going to be available to you midway through the semester. So be looking out for when that's due. And that's just to kind of see, how are you doing? Another form of checking in. You can read an article related to our course and write a summary on it. And last but not least, you can take a guest speaker quiz after watching the videos on Canvas, and you're able to do 4 quizzes for a total of 4 points. So each of these assignments equals up to 10 points total that you could earn for extra credit. These are just some required technologies that you are expected to have with this being an online course. So please make sure that you have all of the Canvas learning management systems up to date. You're able to use PowerPoint, you're able to access Word, you're able to use all these devices. And if you are unable to, please contact our IT department, because I don't want anybody to get behind because of lack of technology programs. So make sure that if you are unable to access these programs, that you take some time to get that figured out prior to our class starting. These are just a review of course policies. So when it's relevant, please participate in class discussion. So through our discussion posts, sharing relevant ideas, make sure you're reading all the assignments and guidelines as well as class lectures before participating so that you have an understanding of what we're discussing, and engaging in a thoughtful and meaningful way, as well as giving others the opportunity to share their ideas. So respect is always expected. And when we give others respect, we expect respect in return. So respect all the way around. And if you do need to reach out to me in regards to an assignment, please do so before it's due. I know that sometimes emergencies come up, but I will not know if you do not contact me. So please be in constant contact with me if something is going on and I do need to have support with you. We have a lot of channels of support on campus for a variety of different reasons, whether that may be you need the writing center, you need basic needs met, you need academic affairs. Please let me know what I can do to support you. We always want to adhere to the dishonesty policy, and you can check that out here in more detail. But cheating on exams or quizzes, turning in assignments that you did not write, All of that is unacceptable in our class, and it will not be tolerated and will result in an automatic F for this course. So please do all of your own work. And again, if you need support in writing or if you need support in test taking, let me know. Let's get you connected with somebody who can help you. Partner with somebody in this class. Ask if you can study together. Come to office hours. Go to the writing center. So there's a lot of different resources on campus that can help you if you are struggling. Again, if you need an accommodation, we have contact information here, and I recommend having a buddy system. I'll need to take this out in the event of emergency. That is not necessarily going to apply for our class that's online, but it is always wonderful to make sure that you have at least one person that you can connect with, because maybe on the weekend you're not able to get in contact with me and you just have a quick question, or you're confused about something and you just want to make sure that you have somebody who can look it over and give you second opinion. So it's nice to have somebody who you can talk to in your class, especially with everything being online. We're not in person and we don't get to sit next to somebody and see them every day and get to know them. So using channels of online communication is going to be your best friend right now. So pair up with somebody, have a chat group, things like that. If you want to connect with somebody, ask them questions on assignments, or just, hey, how are you doing? How are your classes going? Great way to meet with people. Other information here just related to our policies on withdrawal, cheating, plagiarism is located at the academic regulations and procedures. And then of course, just a statement related to diversity. My goal is to promote diversity and equity in this class, and everyone here is valuable and deserves to have a safe environment. And please let me know again if you need support, if you are feeling overwhelmed, if something is going on and you are feeling unsafe or unwelcomed, or there is not collaboration that is happening. My goal is to strive to have engagement, equity, and meet all diverse needs. So I am here in any regard that I can. Moving on, this is our grading rubric and grading scale. So please take a peek at that, and you can do some calculations for yourself of what that might look like. Alrighty, and last but not least, we're going to go over our weekly course schedule. So the left-hand side is what you'll see for the modules on Canvas. You'll see modules of Get Familiar, Intro to Play, the significance of play, and these will also be your topics for your discussion posts. So like I mentioned earlier, the Get to Know Me assignment is the first one that you'll have. And in red here on the right-hand side is all of the due dates for everything. So you can see here that the due date is repeated for this one. I'm just giving you guys a head start on the Get to Know Me, but it's not due until the 2nd. So you have some time to get that done. I'm just going to give you guys a head start so that if you want to start it now, you're able to. So the first week, again, is really just for you to review Canvas, introduce yourself to others on the Get to Know Me, watch this video, get familiar with Canvas, review the syllabus, all that good stuff before we start to get into our topics and lectures. So we'll start off our first week of lectures with what is play, and then jump into theories of play. And the readings section is pretty much the same throughout each week. You're going to be watching lecture videos and you're going to have some reading. So you'll have two lecture videos based on the two topics. Some weeks only have one video because we'll also be having an exam that week. And as you can see here again, a few times throughout the semester, you will have some assignments due. So your first discussion post will also be due when you have your Get to Know Me due. You're going to have a project idea that you can turn into me, your second discussion post. We're going to get into benefits of play. We're going to have a project work day. So that's going to mean that we're going to be talking about your project. So I highly recommend, again, tuning in here. If you are unsure about the project, have questions, this is going to be a good day for you to get more information out of that. We're going to talk about types of play, observing play, evaluating play. And as you see here on evaluating play, there's only one topic for the week because if you look over here on the side, you have an exam. And I will open up that exam on that Sunday, and you will have until the following Sunday to get it completed. Now, that does not mean that you have a week to leave the exam open. It just means that if you want to start it on Monday, you can complete it on Monday, or if you want to wait until Sunday, you can complete it on Sunday. You will all have that same timed period to complete the exam. You'll just have to choose when throughout the week you're going to take the exam. All right, and then here's that check-in survey that I mentioned that can be a good opportunity for extra credit, quick, easy, gives you those points. I would recommend doing it if you have the time. And this is also a great way for me to better support you. So a check-in survey is typically going to have questions. How are you doing throughout the semester? Do you have any questions related to our topics? Is there anything that you're not understanding? So just another way for me to check in with you and for us to connect with one another. And then around week 8, you're going to have your first major assignment due. So please mark this in your calendar, as well as another discussion post. And we're going to start to get into the developmental progression of play, learning about infants and toddlers, preschoolers, and later childhood. Again, another day where we're going to have time to work on your projects. So take advantage of those weeks that only have one topic and use that time to work on your project. That is the intention of it, that you take that extra time. And then we're going to get into nature, and you're going to have not only a lecture video, but you're going to have a video of where do the children play, and learn about children in different contexts and where they play. And then we're going to get into play in special populations. So getting into our lectures with specific discussion on disabilities, gender, culture. And your second exam will be coming up. So again, same style. It's going to be all the material that we learned post first exam up until culture. And then you will need to pick a day and time when you are able to sit down and take that exam. Then we're going to get into your role as the adult. So all different aspects of the environment and what your expectations are in the role. And then the last few weeks, we get to have some fun with listening to some guest speakers. So I will be posting videos that they share and make on their own time, and you will be watching their videos. And then the last items that will be due are your project, final discussion post, and your extra credit. And then the exam week of finals will be same style as the first 2 exams. So I will have the exam open to you from the 11th through the 16th, and you will need to pick a day and time when you're able to complete that. And the final exam does extend hours of when you're able to take that. So it is time and a half from the other 2 exams. And then just a little note at the end as a reminder, all assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. every Sunday, as indicated above on these red marks here. You'll automatically receive 50% credit for late work. And just a note, this syllabus is subject to change based on the needs of the class, or if something needs to be adjusted. So just keep an eye out for if I send you a message or an email that it has changed. So it is your responsibility to be checking Canvas and your email daily. I may send announcements or updates on Canvas. So please be checking frequently so that you're able to receive those. All righty, let me stop my share here. All right, everyone. I think that is all I have for you in this video today. I'm so excited to be able to be your instructor for this course and for us to learn together. Like I said, I will be posting the rest of your materials for this week on Sunday at 11:59. So be looking out for the assignment guidelines video, as well as looking out for the get to know me, and please make sure that you complete that. And I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.